afternoon, everybody. We're back here at the Gammain Sports Ground. The Lions, they've had 2 byes, and then last week the Lions accounted for the Hoppers there up at Coolaman. So we're back here today taking on the Narrandera Eagles. We welcome our game day commentator and Andrew Corbett. Andrew, of course, he was one of the stars of that 1984 inaugural Lions premiership with 3 goals. So Andrew, good afternoon.
Oh, thanks very much, Guy, for that introduction. Yes, it's great to be here today, and it's all in all, it's good conditions for football today. The Lions coming off a good win against Coolaman last week. So they'll be looking forward to press on against a Narrandera side that's been very competitive. We've got more history happening today, and it's a milestone game for Ben Walsh. 200 games for the Gammain Grong Grong Madang Lions, the captain of the side. What a great achievement. He's played in 2 premierships with the Lions, 2010 and 2022, and it's great to celebrate his 200 games. He looked a bit doubtful at the start of the week. He was in bed with pneumonia, but he's got off the bed and he's turned up to training Thursday night. He wouldn't miss it for the world. On this occasion, he's out there playing his 200th game. And also a debutant today for the Lions, Jarvis Pritchard, son of Rick and Bridget Pritchard, is making his first grade debut today. So great achievement to Jarvis, and all the best to those 2 players in this game today, as this game's almost about ready to start. Narrandera has 3 Indigenous boys today, so we've given them the link, and hopefully this is all going all the way to the Tiwi Islands, so their family can watch their boys play against the Lions. New inclusion today for the Lions: Sean Walsh Sean Foley up in the ruck against Harry Poole for Narrandera. Also into the side today is Jack McKegg and Jarvis Pritchard. Out of the side, Tommy Benulis, Kirk Mahon, and Zach Burhop. So Proctor wins possession there out wide to Matt Hamlin. He kicks this one forward. It's bounced on the ground there. Jackson Connolly in a race for the ball. Tries to gather it in. Pressure there from his Narrandera opponent, and it's out over the sideline.
We'll have a throw in out there.
It'll be thrown in.
Gammain Hotel. We've got Noel Ahern there. He's investing heavily in that pub. The accommodation's great. You want to have a weekend back in Gammain, you can get the accommodation there. Top notch.
Umpire throws it in. Foley and Poole in the ruck. Gathered by Rose there for Narrandera. Narrandera kicked this forward, but sitting under that one is Sam Martin. Pressure from Narrandera there. The ball spills through. Rose regathers. Narrandera on the attack. Jack Susse comes out to meet this one and toes it forward. And the umpire is going to throw it in.
Throwing it out there under the scoreboard. 2 great sponsors out there. Logan Hitchens, represented always here at the game by Howard Martin and Barry Logan.
Poole grabs Foley and throws him out of the way. So Sean Foley hand pass to Sam Martin there. Regathers, kicks this one forward, looking forward. Jack Powell, the ball goes through his hands and out over the sideline.
Again, great sponsors out there. Gammain Bakery, home of the famous Gammain pies and heaps of other treats, Andrew. Lions last week against that game at Coolaman claim out blistering first quarter.
Yeah, 6 goals to 1 in that first quarter, Guy. They blew the Hoppers away. As Poole wins that tap down, and it's held up there. His teammate Rose, the umpire will ball it up. Tap down by Poole into the path of Butterfield for the Lions. And it's another ball up. It'll be pretty tight in this first quarter. The Lions will be looking to have a good start. Poole, dominance in the ruck there early, taps it down, gathered by Butterfield, he's tackled, gets his hand pass away to Proctor, gets a kick forward into the forward line. Sitting under this is Powell. He's grabbed hold of, the umpire calls play on. Rioli tries to kick that off the ground, can't pick it up. Lions diving in on there, Seb Hamlin, and the umpire's going to call for another ball up. It's about 40 metres out from the Lions' goal.
Fantastic afternoon for football here, not even a zephyr of a breeze. We've got cloud cover, so Tammy will have to keep an eye on the brightness of the images, but might be a shower late in the game.
Seb Hamlin taps that down to Powell. His kick comes out here in front of their broadcasting box. It's a race for the ball between Fairman and Absalom, and it's going to be taken over the sidelines. We'll be a throw-in.
Throw-in there in front of Landmark Narrandera. Once again, they'll have that sheep sale down there in September. Rucks come together.
Hamlin and Poole, tapped down by Poole to Grinter. He kicks one high, sitting under is Ben Walsh. He can't take the mark. Sam Martin tries to gather in, gets a hand pass out the back to Tom Quinn, kicks this one high. Sitting under this is Alex Carroll, almost takes the mark, coming through is Butterfield. Hand pass to Matt Hamlin, he can send this one goalward. It's a good lead from the pocket by Tom Sussay, but it's spoiled by Edward Puttaranti Dunn. Kurt Dunn, that one, sorry.
Throw in there in front of the Coolum Butchery. I told you, Baz won those meat trays Friday night. That's where they come from. Where you meet up at Coolum Butchery.
Poole with front position here. Taps that one and down in front. Rose tries to regather. Play on calls the umpire, and it's a free kick there to Baden Rioli.
Yeah, high, I think, Andrew.
He's the brother of Daniel Rioli. Plays for Richmond.
Pretty good pedigree there, Andrew.
Certainly is, guys. So it's a mark on half-back flank there to Odgers for Narandra. He looks to come inside. Looks for Dale Quilter. Takes a good, strong mark. Narandra very up and about. He hand passes to Grinter. Goes looking for Alex Carroll on the centre of the ground, but it's cut off by Matt Hamlin.
Of course, the Narandra coach, Mark Carroll, he was in that 84 premiership side, Andrew.
He was, Guy, he was, yep. He's got two boys playing out there today, or certainly one at this stage I can spot. There's young Alex and Jaden as well.
And he'll know every inch of this Gammain Sports Ground.
So Rose gets a free kick, comes inside there, and it's held up. Umpire will call for a ball up.
Yeah, Shannon Butterfield, I think he tried to claim the mark, but the umpire was too close. He said no, he dropped it.
Poole's been in good form. He taps that one down, but gathered by Seb Hamlin, and it's a tackle on Narandra there. Another ball up. Poole taps that down into the path of Rose, but he's wrapped up in a tackle by Butterfield. It's very contested at the moment.
Held to him.
Seb Hamlin wins that one. Down to Grinter for Narandra. Kicks his one forward. Dale Quilter comes out to meet it. He gathers, swings around on his left. It's going to go wide in front of the sheds. Ben Walsh makes a good tackle on Renee and throws him over the sideline. Umpire calls for a ball in.
Ben Walsh very careful there. He didn't go on with the tackle and affect the sling. They're trying to rule that out of the game now.
Poole with front position, but Foley taps that down to Butterfield. His hand pass is smothered. Coming through was Fairman. Matt Hamlin tries to pick this up. Grinter takes it over the sideline. It'll be a throw-in once again.
Matt Hamlin, once again, Andrew, following on from that Coolman game. He's near the ball most of the time.
Yes, had another good game that day. Tapped down by Foley, gathered by Naranda there. His kick smothered as Matt Hamlin's tackled without the ball, but Tom Anderson picks it up and plays on quickly, sends this into the forward line, looking for Jack Powell on a strong lead out wide. He takes a mark on his chest. He's about 45 metres from goal on a 45-degree angle. He's not quite sure he's going to have a shot. He's having a look to pass it, but
I think he's going to go back and deliberate ping, Andrew, I think, by the look of it. He wasn't sure of the pass, so everything going for him. No wind against him. Comes in right foot. High drop punt to the southern goal. The Lions plays clap it early. That's a goal.
First goal to Jack Powell.
Well done, Jack. I didn't have time to watch it on the monitor here. I'm watching the player, and but we'll appreciate this extra camera that Baz has set up eventually. I've just got to get used to having a look at it now and again. Andrew, I keep harping back to that great 84 season on the podcast done by Robbie McKinlay. The Lions travelled to Area Park, Marul, during late in the home and away season, and the gate was $2,000 40 years ago.
Yeah, unbelievable gate.
Entry was probably $2 for adults, so work it out for yourself.
Yes, there were plenty of good followers in those days, lots of supporters. As Tom Anderson wins this one out of the centre, sends this one looking for Power once again, and he takes a mark. A little bit tighter angle, a little bit further out. He swung around, looking for someone to pass it off to, and if he kicks it the same he kicked the last one, it could be another goal.
So that goal from Jake Powell, first score of the day. Lions, 1 goal, 6 points. Eagles yet to open their account.
Swings around slightly, kicks this one on its way. It's looking good. It's a great goal.
It's very
That's
good.
2 to Powell in 2 minutes.
Everybody.
Jack Powell previously played for Narrandera last year and moved across to the Lions.
Sometimes that can give them a bit of impetus, Andrew, to lift a little bit. Not that Jack Powell hasn't lifted all year, but when you're playing against a former club, that can lift you a bit.
So it's a good start for the Lions. 2 early goals.
2 straight goals for the Lions. 8 and nearly 9 minutes gone here, first quarter at the Den.
Foley and Poole in the ruck. Poole gets high, but it's gathered by Foley. On to Jack Sussay. Missed kick forward. The ball's on the ground there. Coming through is young Bloomfield for the Narrandera. He's slung down and it's passed on to Jake Taylor. He has a running shot at goal. And it's another goal for the Lions to young Jake Taylor.
Well done to Jake. Jake returned to the first grade. He played last week, did he, Andrew? Or Jake last week? Did he?
Yes, he did, Guy. So, he did play last week.
He'll be enjoying that goal for the Lions.
Yes, he spent a few weeks there in the reserves, but was playing very well. So he, deserved his call up again.
He'd like to cement his. Obviously, he'd be working hard to cement his spot in this first grade side. The Lions undefeated in the competition so far. So possibly later on in the year, big things to look forward to. We'll worry about that later on.
So I called young Kyle Bloomfield there. He's the grandson of Peter and Carmel Bloomfield. Peter, a horse trainer, and Kyle's a very good trotting driver. Had a winner of the Leeton Cup the other day.
They got that equine in their blood, Andrew.
Yeah, so as Matt Hanneman gathers that out of the centre and goes wide and finds the debutant, Jarvis Pritchard. His first kick in league footy for the Lions, and kicks this one forward to Aaron Proctor. Swings around on his left and he's found that man again, Jack Powell, but the umpire's called play on. He's asking the question, but umpire says play on and it's out over the sideline. It'll be a throw in.
Jack's pretty certain he held it long enough and he's still appealing to the umpire, but the umpire, as we know, won't change his mind. So we'll have a throw in out there in front of the Price's Furniture Delivery people and Red Star Insurance Brokers.
Ball tapped in, Poole taps that down to Rose. He's been prominent as well, but Proctor's gathered this one, hooks this one high in towards the forward line. Jumping up for it is Tom Sussay. He can't hold on. Gathered by Jake Fairman. He's wrapped up in a tackle. The umpire called for a ball up. Had a very good game last week, Jake Fairman.
And Tom Sassay strong too, Andrew, early, strong goals early against Coolman on the board.
Yeah, finished with 5 goals for the game as that one's tapped down into the path of Jack Powell. He tries to gather it in and it's a tussle for the ball there and the umpire will ball it up.
The Eagles would love to get it down the other end, get a major before the clock gets too much on it.
Ball's thrown up, gathered by Tom Sussay, gets one out the back to Aaron Proctor. He's got time to set this one up, and it's a good mark to Nate Hamlin running with the flight of the ball. And he'll go back and have a shot, I'd say. He's about 35 metres out in a 40-degree angle.
Within range.
And 2 players coming at him and showed good courage, took that chest mark. Lions rotating the bench.
Marvellous how Nate has bulked up, put a little bit of bulk on since he started his first grade career.
That's the first behind for the Lions. That one just drifts to the right.
Lions are 3-1-19. Eagles yet to score. There's 12 minutes gone now. Changes coming thick and fast. The Lions run their rotations.
As Braden Rioli to bring this one back in for the Narrandera Eagles. It's a very good left foot kick. Plays on. Brings this out to the clubhouse side. Kicks it high, looking for Poole. Sitting under it is Sean Foley. Ball spills on the ground there. Gathered by Jackson Conley. Gets a hand pass out the back to Shannon Butterfield. Tries to get one away. Gathered again by Butterfield. Out the back to young Nate Hamlin. He just spills it there. Bit of pressure coming from Narrandera. Gathered by Mick Walsh, the 200 gamer, inside to Butterfield. And it's bundled over the sidelines for a throw in there.
Yeah, just pressured out there.
Ran out of room.
Throw in front of the players there. Well, that got all the past players up under the cover on the bank. So they've got a good view of that throw in.
Ball's thrown in, it's on the ground, gathered by Butterfield there, breaks the tackle, tries to get his hand pass away, but it's incorrect disposal.
Yeah, well called by the umpire.
Free kick to Mark Carroll's son, Jaden Carroll. Goes short. finds Veering. Looks to keep possession, comes wide, looking for Rioli, who's come down from half-back. Up on the wing in front of the Narendra box. Kicks this one long and low, looking for Smith, who's moved into the forward line from the first game of the year. Good spoil by Ben Walsh, picked up by Aaron Proctor. Boyle spills free. Bloomfield dives on it. Out the back to Renee. Very good disposal of the ball. He goes wide to Absalom. Kicks this one high. Sitting under is Ben Walsh. Almost marked by Edward Puntarati Dunn. I think if I can get that correct. Back to Sam Martin now. Back to Tom Quinn. Lions look to switch out the other side, but he has to come inside. Finds Shannon Butterfield. Marks it at centre half back. Lions look to move it on quick. Tom Quinn's put under a bit of pressure. He breaks the tackle. Comes wide looking for Tom Sussay. Ball spoiled there by Narendra. Gathered by Jarvis Pritchard. Hand passes wide to Josh Walsh. Can chip one around the corner and high to Jake Sullivan. He marks just in front of Rioli. Sends this one long. Looking for Jack Powell. Ball spills free into the path of Jake Taylor. He swings around and he's kicked his second for the quarter.
Great stuff, Joe. Really good, mate.
You can't afford to let... was it goal, was it, Andrew? Or one bit? Yeah, goal.
Yeah, it just snuck through, Guy. I was really going to say a point there for a minute, but their goal umpire calls it a goal.
Our guys didn't seem to be that enthused, but yeah, well, you can't give Jake Taylor that much room. He's going to punish you.
He was just front and centre of the pack there, in the right position, and it come into his arms and hooked it around the corner.
The Eagles are going to have to check a play of Jake Taylor's ability. He can't be loose at the front of the pack in that situation. We don't want to give away too much, Andrew, but
back to the centre of the ground.
Call it as we see it.
Foley in the ruck. A lot of changes in Narendra's side from what was on player HQ, but we'll call the ones we see as young Bloomfield gathers this one out of the centre, kicks forward, but it's a good mark to Jake Fairman. He plays on, comes wide for Jarvis Pritchard. He had a couple of possessions so far in his first game, comes wide looking for Jake Sullivan. The ball's on the ground, but he gathers it in, can swing around on his right and send this one in. He's got Jackson Connolly wide on the far side, but he finds Jake Taylor. New position for Jake Taylor up forward. We've seen him before more on the wing, Guy, but he's...
well, he's turned into a dominant forward, Andrew. Anyway,
yeah, he's having his third shot on goal.
It doesn't matter where you're supposed to play, where you can play. Yeah, Andrew, you mentioned Jarvis Pritchard. Well, he's certainly not he's not fazed by the occasion. He just said, well, I'm going to step up. I've got an opportunity here, I'll step up. As we watch Jake Taylor, he's converted, Andrew, with a good kick. Cleared the pack. Third goal to Jake Taylor.
Yes, it's spots are very hard to grab in this side at the moment with Jeff Ropeck and Jesse Lander overseas at the moment. They'll be back soon, and then Kirk Mahon, Tommy Benulis and Zach Burhop out of the side as well. So there's plenty of pressure on spots. So players have got to perform, and it's a great start to Jake Taylor. Well, 3 goals.
There was pressure on those spots in that 84 side, Andrew, and that's what you need to go all the way.
So Seb Hamlin in the ruck, taps this one down, but it's gathered by Renee. The umpire calls play on. He can send this in long and low. Looking for Edward Puntarata Dunn, but he can't pick it up. Gathered by Jack Sussay onto Sam Martin. Kicks to Josh Walsh, he gathers onto Jake Fairman. He spills the ball there. He's tackled, and the umpire's going to call for a ball up. Just a little bit of a mistake there from the young fella.
A little bit lucky, sort of nearly just jumped on the ball, but he disguised it well enough not to be pinged.
So Narendra tapped that one down. Race for the ball from Tom Sussay. Tom Anderson tackles just slightly high there on Grinter, and it'll be a free kick to Narendra. They look to move it on quickly. It's over the head for Odgers. Dale Quilter can't pick it up. Josh Walsh tries to tap it between his legs. Diving in on the ball there is Narendra with the tackle from Butterfield. The umpire called for a ball up.
So another chance for the Eagles while they're 10 metres inside their 50. Dead in front, 40 out.
Seb Hamlin taps that down. And Edward Dunn is tackled there, out from goal.
Another stalemate, still in the Eagles' territory. They'd love to grab one before
Ben Walsh in the ruck now. Taps one down to his feet, and Rose is tackled there. The umpire called for another ball up.
Lions 5-1-31, the Eagles one behind. 18 minutes gone.
Tap down by Narendra to the path of Tom Sussay, but Sam Hamlin's wrapped up in a strong tackle by Renee. Hamlin taps that one down into the path of Tom Sussay. Gets a hand pass away. Butterfield tries to pick this up, and he's tackled by Smith from Narendra.
3 minutes.
Another ball up.
3 minutes, we've gone nowhere. Eagles still in with the inside their 50.
Tap down by Narendra into the path of Rose. He tries to break a tackle. He's tackled by Sussay. Gets a hand pass over the top, gathered by Powell. Chance for the Lions to clear out of congestion there to Sussay. Out the back to Tom Quinn. He gathers. Gets one back to Josh Walsh. Kicks this low, but it's spoiled by Rose and punches this one out over the sideline. It'll be a throw-in.
Have a throw-in out there in front of the regional hydraulics and our man Jason Hamlin. Not the president Jason Hamlin, I keep telling you. There is another Jason Hamlin, believe it or not. And also we've got Ag and Vet Services down there in Waterview Street, and they've got the store in Grong Grong. Great supporters, great company.
Ball's thrown in. Tapped down by Hamlin. The path of Tom Quinn, but it's gathered by Renee. He has a running shot from goal. It's going to go wide, and it's out on the full. Josh Walsh to bring this one back in.
Eagles just can't get a major. They might be able to grab a mark out of this return entry from the Lions. Josh Walsh will kick back in there in that pocket hard up against the boundary. We've got Alan Harris McDonald down there. Funeral home at Wagga Wagga.
Narendra's got a bit of a mismatch out here. The ruckman sitting in the hole, so Josh Walsh goes across goals to his brother Ben. Comes inside to Jack Sussay, back to Josh Walsh. Can go wide, finds Jake Taylor. He just holds it up there. Chips one short, finds Butterfield here on that far wing. Kick one over the top, good lead from Jack McKegg. He takes a good strong mark out in front, swings around on that right, and he's looking for Sid White. Takes a good low diving mark, strong league out from full forward. He'll go back and have a shot. Played his first game last week and kicked a goal, and he's going to line up from 30 out on a 45-degree angle.
Good ball movement, Andrew, from the Lions, out of the back line. Good ball movement, good ball delivery, good leading. Result, shot on goal, 40 out. 45-degree angle. 21 minutes gone. He comes in on that right foot, clears the... No, touch. The Eagles player was good enough to touch it. So behind to the Lions.
Kurt Dunn to bring this back in.
The Lions 5-2-32, Eagles one behind.
He gives it to his teammate, Baden Rioli. He's going to bring this back in for Narendra. Comes this side once again to the broadcasting box. Sends a long, low left foot kick, but it's marked by Narendra there. Gives one inside to Brent Rose. Plays on quickly, kicks this high, looking for Quilter. At the back as Walsh, punches this down to his brother Ben. Taps this out the back, gathered by Smith. He's wrapped up in a tackle by Tom Quinn. The umpire called for a ball up.
So you'd have to think this would be about the last opportunity for the Eagles to major in this quarter, as it's inside their 50, within range if they can shark it out of the ruck.
Tapped down by Narendra into Renee's hands there. Kicked high by Jaden Carroll. Sitting under this is Ben Walsh. Ball's on the ground there. Diving in on it is Jack Sussay. Smith gathers it in just on the sideline. Gets a kick away. It's grubbing towards the goals. And it's kicked off the ground there by Quilter and hits the post. Odges that was. Hits the post.
Hit the post.
Sam Martin brings it in quickly to Matt Hamlin in that far pocket. Kicks one low and finds Butterfield in precision pass there. He marks, plays on quickly to Sam Martin. Matt Hamlin runs on to Jackson Connolly. Back to Matt Hamlin. He runs down that wing there. Comes inside to hand pass to Tom Quinn, who's come down from half-back. Looks for Sid White in the forward line. It's a good mark. Just out-positioned his opponent there, Joe Grindle, and he took a good, strong mark. He'll go back and attempt to kick his first goal for this game.
He's returning the faith of the selectors, Andrew, for giving him a go in the first grade in that spearhead position.
Yeah, he's had a good start in the reserves. Played with Sydney Uni up in Sydney, but he is a Gammain junior. Played all his junior footy with the Lions. He's kicked this one pretty good off the boot.
Yeah, The goal umpire does not move. Another goal for the Lions here. 23 minutes gone here at the Den. Lions 6-2-38. The Eagles can only manage 2 behinds. 2 rush behinds at that. As we wait for the ball to come back over the boundary at the southern end of the ground. Down there we've got MacArthur Real Estate. Errol Sutherland's a local man from MacArthur Real Estate. The real estate's hot everywhere, and it's hot in Ganmain, I reckon, Andrew, they tell me.
Yes, houses are coming on the market and selling pretty quickly, like it is all across Australia. We come back to the centre of the ground late in this first quarter. Seb Hamlin in the ruck. Taps that one down into the path of his cousin Matt. He bursts out of the centre. 1 bounce, 2 bounces. Tries to get his kick away, but he's tackled well there by his young Pearson. He'd be the nephew of Dennis and Ann Walsh. Kicks this one looking forward. Jaden Carroll finds him with the halfback flanking. Hand pass to Blake Renee. Wasn't expecting to come. Turnover there. Gathered by the Lions. Charging through is Sid White. Bounces off one. Out to Jack Powell. Out wide to Nate Hamlin. Can swing around on his right. Has a hook shot. Through for the behind.
I tell you, every week Andrew's very good with that pedigree. Keeps us informed, which is great, really. You'd love to be able to link up the players and what their link is to the club, the district, for that matter. Not sure what the Eagles can do here, Andrew, just for the remainder of this quarter. Will stem the flow, I guess.
Yeah, just try and keep possession. Yeah, they've had sort of a crack of it there, but it's that second or third kick that they've tended to turn over across their half-forward line as they try and move that ball forward.
But just the play's just dominated by the Lions, young and little guns, really, hasn't it? For the quarter, they're just outmanoeuvring. Too quick for the Eagles. Too skilled.
As Kurt Dunn brings this back in for the Eagles, takes a bounce and sends long looking for Poole. He sits under this one, but spoiled by Josh Walsh. Comes charging through. Jake Hamlin, Fairman's wrapped up in a strong tackle. As the siren goes by.
Might be pretty happy that they can come together, and Mark Carroll can have a bit of a talk to him and say, well, okay, you have to lift in this department. I'm not sure where that's going to come from, but Mark might be able to convey a bit of inspiration to them, hopefully, Andrew. So yeah, dominating quarter here from the Lions. Probably not surprising, but it looked a bit easy for the Lions. So the commentators and camera people, players, will have a break and come back with the second quarter.
Ganmain Bakery, and the famous Ganmain pies. If you can bake it, we make it.
Great pub accommodation and icy cold beers. Ganmain Hotel for good quality pub grub.
It's our second quarter. Sean Foley in the ruck, tapped down by Naranda into the path of Matt Hamlin there, gathers this in, swings around on his left, chips one over the top and finds a 200 gamer, Ben Walsh. That's an half back there for the Lions. Chips one over the top and finds Jack Sussay. He plays on quickly out to Josh Walsh. Comes back inside, sends this one low to centre forward, but it's marked there by Spur for Naranda. Handball's out the back to Dunn. Looking for Jaden Carroll. Good spoil by Tom Anderson there. The ball's coming towards the sheds. Gathered in by Jackson Conley, but it's out over the sideline. It'll be a throw in right in front of the change rooms. Sean Foley in the ruck. Narandra taps that down. The path of Jaden Carroll, but he's wrapped up in a tackle there by Anderson for the Lions. Another ball up. Foley taps that forward. Matt Hamlin tries to gather it in. Pressure from Rose. Out the back to Proctor. On to Anderson. Chips one across goals looking for Martin. It's a good mark to Sam Martin. Captain Coach Edson up back. He likes to play on quickly there. Hand passes one wide to Tom Quinn. He gathers this in. Shoots down that far wing. Floats one forward looking for Tom Sussay. He gathers this one under his feet, but then drops it, can't pick it up, but regathers once again, spins around quickly, and it's a long Pass to Jack Powell, who comes out from full forward. Takes a mark 45 metres out from goal.
The way he's playing, Andrew, I reckon he dobbed this.
If he kicks it like those first two, Guy, he shouldn't have any trouble.
Yeah.
He's probably kicking into well, there's not much of a breeze out there by the look of the flags.
His confidence is high, you'd have to say that. As we watch him, he comes in on that right, a little bit of a step.
Goes close to the man on the mark.
Faded away, right hand side, one behind.
Baden Rioli to bring this in for the Eagles. Indicating he's going to go up the centre of the ground. He's going to go to the far side of the scoreboard side. Breaks one tackle, tries to break another. But he's caught with the ball.
Yep.
Plenty of opportunity to get rid of it, the umpire says. And so Seb Hemmel's got this in the centre of the ground. Chips one short. Almost cut off by Paratamiri Dunn. Comes out to Proctor, hits Spilt free, on to Rose, back to Dunn. Kicks this one long and low, looking for Poole, who's moved to full forward. He's tackled by Walsh, but it's gone over the top to Smith. Tom Quinn can't pick it up. The ball's on the ground there. Good chance for Narendra to get a goal here, but the Lions have bundled it up there across half back, and it'll be a ball up.
Lions, Eagles searching for a major, so it's inside their 50 for the first time this quarter. They'll be desperate to keep it.
Poole taps that down. Gathered by young Fairman. Matt Hamlin wraps up his opponent there in Carroll. Jaden, that is. And the umpire calls for another ball up.
Lions just won't give them any latitude, Andrew.
Oh, they're very measly around the pack, the Lions, as Rose comes charging through into the path of Matt Hamlin there. And he's wrapped up in a tackle. The umpire will ball it up again.
Still in Eagles territory.
Poole, front position, taps it down, but it's punched back by Josh Walsh to Matt Hamlin. He goes wide, looking for Jake Sullivan, a race for the ball there. He gathers it in, swings back around on his left, but uses his right. The kick smothered there by Renee. Good shepherd by Narendra there, picked up by Renee, comes back inside. Good tackle there by Sullivan. The ball spills free, gathered by Renee, looking for Absalom. He's under pressure on the sideline there, tries to dodge around one, and the ball's out over the sideline. It'll be a throw in.
We'll have a throw in out there in front of DJ's Tyres. David Jones out there at Bowman, got that tyre business. Don't worry about getting pricing. He's got the best prices. Just get over there.
Sean Foley taps that back forward to Matt Hamlin. He's getting a lot of possessions, but Narendra's quite content to put plenty of pressure on him once he gets the ball, and he's wrapped up in a tackle.
Yeah, they're not giving Matt much latitude.
It's very tight in there at the contest, but Foley taps that down. Tom Anderson takes this one, running the wrong way. Tackled there by Quilter, and umpire deems he had plenty of prior, and so it's a free kick to Dale Quilter there. He's on the 50-metre line, plays on quickly, sends this one in long and high, looking for Smith, but the ball's punched forward there. Big crunching pack form there as the players are slow to get to their feet. Josh Walsh right under that one.
Umpire's called the Eagles player there, might need a bit of attention. So we'll have the ball in out there. Will be we can see the Riverina Hotel people there in the background.
As Harry Poole slow to get to his feet. It was a big pack crash then, and he got up very ginger.
At Riverina Hotel, tell you every week they got the best lunch burgers and dinners in Wagga.
He doesn't want to come off.
No, he reckons he's right.
Ball thrown in. Ben Walsh tries to grab that out of the ruck, gets a hand pass back to Odgers. He has a snap at goal, and it's just drifted through for a behind. Snap out of the pack as Sam Martin to bring this back in for the Lions. Looks to come up the centre of the ground. He's got a Tom Quinn all on his own on the 50. Plays on quickly. Sends this long looking for Jack McKegg, but it's cut off there by Narendra. Goes low looking for Rose. Ball's on the ground there. Coming through is Josh Walsh. Gathers well. Hand passes to Powell. Steadies. He's kick smothered. Lions just not delivering that out of that contest real well. The ball comes back to Narendra there through Grinter. Kicks this one high. Tom Quinn's race for the ball there. Gets a hand pass to Matt Hamlin. Plays on down the wing. Finds Jack Powell. Jarvis Pritchard's just come off the bench. He can kick this one inside. It's a good pass, but it's just fallen short. Gathered by Jake Fairman. Gets one forward, regathers again on the run, and he has a shot at goal. It's just drifted to the right of the post.
He roved his own ball on that occasion, Andrew.
Yeah, he made the one mistake, and then he regathered, and he had the time there. He's got explosive speed. It just drifted to the right.
Yeah, we all know from up here he could have eased up and had a better shot, but he wasn't to know that he wasn't under thumping pressure. But he's just good enough to rove his own ball, and as Andrew said, he's lightning quick.
As Rioli kicks this into Jaden Carroll, Narendra just held up across the half back there. They're trying to keep possession here. Chips one short to Grinter. He marks across half back. Looks to come looking for Dale Quilter on the wing here. Numbers for the Lions, but it's a good mark to Quilter over Martin. Comes inside to Pearson. Chips one short to Absons. Good movement here by Narendra. Can come back inside to Odgers. Lions hold him up. He swings around on his left. Goes high. Pools recovered from that contest, but it's a well-judged mark there by Josh Walsh. Kicks this one wide, finds Sam Martin. Looks to switch here, he plays on, runs across goal to Matt Hamlin. He evades the hand pass, back to Martin, he's under pressure. Gets one wide, looking for Nate Hamlin. The Lions sloppy here, good pressure from Narendra. Picked up by Carroll, back to Smith. Back to Renee. They look to come inside. Rose is under pressure. Ball's on the ground there. Coming through is Grinter. Narendra regathered. Kicked forward by Spur, but Tom Quinn sits under this one. Takes the mark. Comes towards the centre of the ground. Finds Jack Sussay. Play on from Matt Hamlin. On to Ben Walsh. Back to Matt Hamlin. Running through the centre of the ground there. Takes one bounce. Can kick to Jake Taylor on the half-forward bank, and he takes the mark. Can go long to Aaron Proctor. He's ducked out to the back, leaps high, but it's almost marked there by Narendra. On the ground is Jake Sullivan. Hand passes back to Seb Hamlin. He's on his right side for a kick. It's a left foot shot at goal, and it's a goal for the Lions. Took a while to get that one, Guy.
Yeah, it was a bit of a build-up, went through a lot of hands, but in the end, the Lions were up to it.
Just a little bit of indecision, and yeah, a few mistakes there from the Lions at the start of this second quarter.
Yeah, well, the Eagles perhaps have stepped up their pressure after a bit of a speech there from Mark Carroll, I'd say. He's tried to tell them where they can improve and stem the tide a little bit. Still no majors for the Eagles. Haven't scored a major, so they'd be loving to correct that before half-time. 7-5-47. 3 behinds the Eagles. 10 minutes, nearly 10 minutes gone. Second term.
Sean Foley in the ruck, but it's tapped forward by Narendra. They're gathered by Renee for the Eagles. On to Odgers. Can send this one forward. Tempted mark there by Alex Carroll. Out the back to Ben Walsh. He gathers. He's tackled there by Narendra. Smith. Tom Quinn takes this one. Kicks wide. Finds Fairman on that half-back flank there for the Lions.
Tom Quinn get his hands on the leather too, Andrew.
Yes, he's starting to get a few possessions. Fairman looks to come inside looking for Tom Anderson. It's a very good kick. He finds him in the centre of the ground. Under a bit of pressure, swings around on his right. Wants to move this on quickly and finds Tom Quinn once again, Guy. He's run down from half-back. Onto his mate, Jack McKegg. He has a running shot at goal. It's a floater, but it's diving mark there to Seb Hamlin, I think. Deep on the line. And he'll go back and have a shot.
Yeah, a bit of a miss kick there by Jack McKegg. We won't mention that too much. Jack doesn't do much wrong. He was probably streaming that quick to get the handball from Tom Quinn. He's going to go that banana, Andrew, round the corner. Result is goal to the Lions, northern end of the ground. Lions now 8-5-53. Eagles still 3 behinds. 11 minutes gone. Second term. Bit better move it that time from the Lions, Andrew.
Yeah, they took it from full back to full forward in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, well, I mentioned Tom Quinn in the back line, and then he bobs up and gets himself down there and receives the ball. That's what can happen. That's modern football. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, well, Tom's sort of had to play that lockdown role the last few weeks and not play that dashing role. Been left to Sam Martin, Zach Burhop, but no Zach Burhop today. So Tom's taken it on himself to play that role.
Bit more freedom.
Tapped down there by Sean Foley. He's been very competitive in the ruck, but it's a free kick there to Odgers for Narendra. Kicks one short, finds Rose on this near side wing. Plays on quickly, looking for a Poole. It's set up for him. Backing back into the pack was Tom Quinn, who's been pushed, but umpire calls play on. Going wide, looking for Jarvis Pritchard. A race for the ball here. He gathers it in. Can hand one back to Nate Hamlin. Ships one short. Across half back, finds Jack Powell, swings on his left, finds Tom Quinn, and passes wide to Sam Martin. Has to go back inside, looking to switch again. Narendra cutting off that forward thrust there by the Lions. Back to Powell, kicks one low and finds Tom Anderson. Lions prepared to chip this one across for half back, finds Josh Walsh. Can go inside, it's popped up high and it's cut off by Dale Quilter. He just gave that one a little bit too much air, and Quilter can send this one high, looking for Poole. He's on a good lead, almost marked, held by Walsh, and the umpire will award a free kick to Harry Poole, and he'll go back and attempt to get the first goal for Narendra for the game.
Yeah, I think he penalised Josh. I think he over the shoulder in the finish. I think he tapped his shoulder, the umpire Andrew. So we'll give him that one. I was going to mention prior to that young Quilter, he's pretty strong in the air. He's racked up a few possessions too, Andrew.
Yeah, he's had a good game so far. He's presented well for Narendra up in that forward line. As Poole comes in for this one, the ball's kicked high. It's just drifted to the right. It's a behind.
Plenty of distance, so the Eagles adding to their behind tally.
So Sam Martin brings this one, chips one short to Ben Walsh. He can get wide to that far half-back flank, but Poole's there to cut it off, but it's gathered by Jarvis Pritchard. He'd be happy with his game so far. Chips one over the top to Tom Sussay. He can run on here, kicks this one long and low. Pearson leaps high there over the top of Aaron Proctor, and the umpire's called free kick to Aaron Proctor there. It was Rioli on that occasion. He can surely take a hanger, the young fella, but he's just misjudged that one and finds Matt Hamlin in the pocket.
Yeah, probably just went a bit early, Andrew, which so he's penalised his Lions opponent well before the ball got there. So good decision by the umpire, but I'm sure we'll see more skills, aerial skills from young Rioli. Comes in on that right foot.
Almost marked there by Sid White, but it's kept in play and it's now bundled through from behind. Ball's brought in quickly and finds Poole at centre-half forward there onto Odgers. Narendra looking to move this quickly as Jaden Carroll's wrapped up there by Jarvis Pritchard in a tackle, and the umpires calling for a ball up. Poole and Foley in the ruck. Poole taps this down to Jaden Carroll. He gets his kick away into the path of Odgers. He's tackled and the umpires called a ball up.
Stalemate again, I think. Yep. Not much in it.
Thought it might have been high, but no, the umpire's throwing it up in the centre of the ground. Poole and Foley. Poole taps it out the back to Renee, into the path of Jaden Carroll now. He swings around. Quick hands there by Renee, back into the pants of Odgers, back out the back to Renee. Keeping's off here by Narendra. He sends this one in long and low, but hits the chest of Ben Walsh. He regathers there. Hand pass out the back to Sam Martin. Gathered by Tom Quinn. Can ship one short. Ball's on the ground there. Gathered by Jack Powell. Breaks one tackle. He's got a lot of time on his hands. Makes it look easy. And goes wide and finds Ben Walsh. The Lions are zigzagging back and forth across his half-back line.
You've got space on this side, Andrew. Space and numbers.
Tom Quinn takes a bounce. Running it out of the fence there. Finds Josh Walsh. He's had a good game today, Josh Walsh. After that heavy fall in the marking contest last week, he goes back into the centre of the ground. Finds Jack Powell. Little nifty pass to Tom Sussay. Kicks this one high, looking for Aaron Proctor. And he's marked. He's about 45 metres out, Aaron Proctor.
Shortest man in the forward line, but he's pulled it off.
He's looking to pass as Tom Anderson takes a mark as he comes around the back of the umpire there. And he'll go back and have a shot.
Yeah, he wasn't put off by the umpire. Eyes on the ball. Fortunately for the umpire, he spotted him. He didn't mow him down. So Tom Anderson will kick from round about 45. Just a little bit right of centre. That won't be a problem. Minimal breeze. Comes in, right foot. High kick.
Sid White sits under it and it's touched on the line.
Off hands. Lions 8-7-55. Eagles 4 behinds.
17 minutes, aren't we, into this
Yeah.
quarter, and only 1 goal to the Lions.
1 goal to the Eagles, yeah. 1 goal this quarter for the Lions.
Yes,
yeah.
as Rioli brings this one in, looking for Rene. Coming out of fence is Grinter. Hand passes to Alex Carroll. On to Rene, running down that wing, looking for Smith. Finds him on that far wing.
Still no goals for the Eagles, 16, I meant to say, 17 minutes gone, so they're desperate to grab one before half-time, Andrew.
As he kicks towards centre for the good spoil by Jack Sussay, gathered by Matt Hamlin there. Umpire almost in the road there. He tries to bounce the ball, loses it. Back to Sam Martin, gathers out the back to Matt Hamlin. He kicks forward, but the ball's forced over the sideline.
We'll get a throw-in out there in front of the Brill Ag sponsor. Rowan's got that business, that consulting business, agronomy business, and farming out there on the Dulla Road. Grandson of Lenny.
Sam Martin be a little bit disappointed, just a little bit sloppy, the Lions, with their skills today. As the ball's thrown in there, gathered by Alex Carroll, out the back to Rose, and the umpire's calling it back. Free kick to some player was held in that contest. I think it's going to Jack Powell.
Yeah, they were spot on last week against the Hoppers, Andrew. Just, really top display of football for the first half.
As he looks to play on, he's had to do a 360, and then he finds Shannon Butterfield on that far wing. Narandra getting numbers back across the middle there, making it hard for the Lions to get it forward, as this one's gone over the head of Tom Anderson. Coming through is Grindle. He can't gather that up. Gathered by Jake Taylor. Hand passes forward looking for Tom Anderson. The ball's on the ground there. Diving on this is Matt Hamlin. Gathered by Rose. He's wrapped in a tackle by Butterfield. The umpire call for a ball up.
Just a little bit more breeze coming from the north on that flag, Andrew. Won't matter, won't affect the game.
Poole taps this down to Rose. He's been prominent in that midfield from Narandra. Out the back to Alex Carroll. He kicks this high, but it's marked by Jake Fairman across half back. He looks to move this quickly, looking for Jackson Connolly. He marks across half forward for the Lions there. Chips one over the top, looking for Matt Hamlin. He marks in front of Kurt Dunn, but he's 50 metres from goal. Narandra pushing numbers back. Tries to pass to Aaron Proctor on a lead. The ball spilt 3, gathered by Proctor.
Umpire's saying ball up, I think. Said give it to me. "19 minutes gone now. The Lions inside 50, northern end of the ground.
Poole takes this one out of the ruck. Kicks it forward. Tom Quinn with front position in front of Quilter. Rose gathers it in. It's a big good tackle by Butterfield. He's caught high, but the umpire's on the wrong side to see that. It'll be a ball up.
All of a sudden, a little bit scrappy, Andrew, from both sides. Not such a polished quarter from the Lions.
Poole front position. Taps this down looking for Rose. Comes out the back to Edward Huntereri Dunn, but he's wrapped up in the tackle. He's caught there by young Jarvis Pritchard. And the umpire will award a free kick, and he looks to send this forward. It's low, sitting under his Grindle. He goes through his hands. It's out the back there. Charging the ball is Sid White. And he's tackled his opponent without the ball, and it'll go to Spur in defence there for Narandra.
Shawnee, you'll go for 6.
He looks to come wide, looking for Bloomfield. He takes the mark in front of Tom Sussay. Can look for Poole. Finds him in front of the Narandra box. Interchange box. Goes inside, but it's spoiled by Jack McKegg. Gathered by Aaron Proctor. Goes back to Butterfield. Sends this one in on his left foot. Sing under is Jake Taylor. Spoiled by Narandra there, but it's over the back to Jake Taylor. He gathers it in and kicks his fourth. Just relentless pressure in the end there from the Lions. It hasn't been pretty, but there's been good resistance there from Narandra, but they just broke down on that one as it went forward. A couple of blokes flew for the mark there, and no one stayed down. Jake Taylor out the back, goal.
Yeah, the Eagles are struggling to penetrate past half-back, Andrew. The Lions just too strong across the centre of the ground there, even though they haven't played their best football this quarter, but that was a better movement there, and Jake Taylor, he could read it. He said, you could almost hear him thinking, well, this ball will spill and I'll run onto it.
It's Foley high there, taps that one down, gathered by Matt Hamlin. He's wrapped up in a tackle, and he's caught with the ball.
Still targeting Matt Hamlin. Don't blame them. He can cut the side to pieces.
That centre bounce, they lined up the Eagles man on man. But the ball's come clear here to Jaden Carroll. He's going to chip short and finds Renee.
The Eagles desperate to buy one before half time.
He can send this long into the goal square. It's a vacant goal square at the moment. Dodges around one. He's within distance now. Sends this one on its way. It's going to go right to the line. Through from behind.
Had everything bar accuracy.
Lions bring it in quickly to Josh Walsh. Over the top to Nate Hamlin. Goes wide, but it's over the head of Jake Sullivan. He keeps it inside. Can play on here. Sends it into the forward line, long and low, but it's cut off by Grintle there for Narendra.
Narendra backline working overtime, Andrew.
Can come across goal to Jaden Carroll. He marks in the goal square. Chip one back to Baden Rioli. Marks in the pocket there for the Eagles. Dodges around one. Chips this one long. Looking for his Narendra teammate, but he's held up there by Jarvis Pritchett.
9-7-61 the Lions. Eagles 5 behinds. 23 minutes gone now. Eagles player a bit slow to get up, Andrew. I didn't see what happened there. Heavy knock, was it?
Oh, it's just, I think it was a tackle guy. I don't think there was much
in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Poole taps this down, gathered by Butterfield. He's wrapped up in a tackle, gets it hand pass out the back for Taylor. Gathered by Powell. Hand passes backwards to Nate Hamlin. He can kick this one forward, looking for Jarvis Pritchett, but it's spoiled by Patterson. Gathered almost by Rioli. Dodges around one, keeps this one forward on the boundary line there. Pirouettes around one, brings it inside, looking for Alex Carroll. Back to Renee there. Can send this in long and low. It's a grubbing kick, but it's a good mark to Jake Fairman across half-back. Lions play on quickly, goes wide, looking for Conley there for the Lions on the wing. He can hand pass over the top to Sam Martin. He can go wider again. He's got Jake Sullivan on a good lead in front of the score, but he marks. Back to Sam Martin. Can come inside on his left foot there, looking for Jack Sussay. Dodges around one. It kicks this high. Sitting under it is Jack McKegg. Ball's on the ground there. Coming through is Narendra. Gathered back to Renee. The end of the quarter.
So a little bit better quarter from Narendra, even though they haven't got a major. They put more pressure on the Lions. They stemmed the scoring a little bit. Lions had to work hard for their majors. We'll bring up the RAV4 that the Lions are raffling this year. That terrific Toyota RAV4 only cost you $100 a ticket for a motor car that's worth, I'm reading it now, $53,341. What a fantastic win that'd be. Doesn't matter whether you're young and old, but I'd love to see a young person win it. And we've got this theory that a lot of the young people will jump on and buy a ticket when they get some tax back, so that'll be great to see.
For all your AG, vet chemicals, fertilizer and bulk fuel, go to Logan and Hitchens.
Ganmain and District Sports Club, a place to celebrate and much, much more.
So we come back here for the start of the third quarter at the Den. We've had a little bit of celebration there at half-time, as you'll be able to view that when Baz puts it together. We've had the presentation of some of those past premiership sides, which is great. Good roll-up of past players here today, and our commentator Andrew was able to be in the photo at half-time of that 84 premiership side. And Andrew, you're going to report that Sam Martin reckons the Lions are a little bit sloppy.
Yes, a little bit sloppy, they felt, the coaching staff, in that second quarter. The Lions only put on 3 goals. A little bit too cute was the term. So we're back to start this third quarter, and Foley in the ruck, but it's gathered by Rose. A clearance out of the centre here for the Eagles. Sends this one deep into the forward line. Race for the ball by Renee there. He gathers it on his left. Goes to hand pass over the top, but it's well smothered by Tom Quinn out over the boundary line. It'll be a throw in on that 50-metre line.
So I'll have a throw in out there in front of the Nutrien guys there from Wagga Wagga. James Croker services a lot of clients in this area.
Ball's thrown in, tapped down by Foley to Anderson. He gets his kick away. That's gathered by Naranda in the centre of the ground. The hand pass is short there, gathered by Jake Fairman. He goes around one, runs his full 15 onto Jack McKegg, has a running shot at goal. And it's just to the left, it's up behind. First score of the third quarter.
Lions 9-8, 62. Eagles still 5 behinds.
As Kurt Dunn brings this in and follows it up there to Edward Potaratamiri Dunn, and he kicks one over the top there, gathered by Veering. Sam Martin wraps him up in a tackle. The umpire's going to ball it up.
Eagles again searching for that major.
Sam and Kate Martin became proud parents last week to May Elizabeth, a baby girl. Congratulations to them as Sean Foley gathers that out of the ruck, but it's gathered by Grinder there. Back to Jade and Carroll. Chips short, looking for Veering, but spoiled by Martin. Gathered by Fairman, picked up by Veering onto Odgers, onto Bloomfield, taps it on, looking for Rose. Breaks the tackle of Butterfield. Pressure by Tom Anderson there. Back to Butterfield. Nate Hamlin tries to get his kick away. Back to Odgers. Gathered in there by Bloomfield. Tackled by Proctor, but the umpire deemed to be just a late tackle there. It's a free kick to Narandra. As Bloomfield kicks this one forward, looking for Olgers. He spills the mark. Back to Bloomfield. Pressure here from the Lions. Olgers comes charging through. Pressure there by Matt Hamlin. The ball's on the ground there. And the umpire called for a ball up.
Plenty of vigour. The Eagles have come out, thrown themselves at the ball. They need to get inside that 50 and get a major.
Gathered by Matt Hamlin there for that ruck contest from Narandra. Back to Tom Quinn, back to Tom Anderson. He has to swing around on his right, quick across goal, looking for Jackson Conley. Ball bounces in front of him. Pearson tries to gather this in. Conley and Pearson race for the ball, grabbed by Smith. Back to Rose. Pressure here from the Lions. Jack McKegg over the top of that one. Rose gathers it up and ball's held up there. Narandra's come out the start of this third quarter with plenty of intensity as the ball's tapped down on the path of Butterfield. He's slung to the ground, but the umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up. Narandra taps that down to the path of Rose there. Hand passes errant, gathered by Butterfield, tries to storm through. The ball's on the ground there. Grinder wrapped up in a tackle. Good pressure from both sides to start this third quarter.
A lot of talk out there, Andrew. They're both sides are pumped up now.
Narandra tapped this forward into the path of Matt Hamlin. He's grabbed in a tackle there, gets his hand pass away. Aaron Proctor cops a stinger there on the shoulder in the centre of the ground as Jack Sussay taps this off the ground to Matt Hamlin there. Kicks this one wide, finds Jackson Conley. On to Nate Hamlin, running off half back there. Can send this into the forward long and low. Pressure there on Tom Sussay. He tries to gather it in, gets his kick away, and the umpire called for a ball up. Narandra's really come out with the intensity. Some really good, strong tackling and plenty of pressure.
Yeah, well, the two number ones there for both sides. He's not allowing Tom Sassay. The Eagles guy didn't allow Tom Sassay any latitude there.
Ball's tapped down there and picked up by Jake Fairman. Hand passes one on, looking for Matt Hamlin. Pressure from Morreale. Slips around on his right. Can chip this one forward, looking for Jack McKegg. He's spoiled, regathers, gets his hand pass away. Narandra gather, try to clear here, but coming through is Jake Sullivan. Kicks wide, looking for Jackson Conley. He did go back and have a shot.
Yeah, Conley made good position then. He was reading the play, thinking, well, it's going to spill this way. He just eased up, eyes on the ball. His opponent couldn't do anything. If he went at him, it would have been penalised front on contact. So we're going to see Jackson Conley have a shot, set shot of goal. Other side of the ground, bit tighter than 45 degrees, comes in, clears the pack, I believe, for a goal to the southern end of the ground.
Good goal to Jackson Conley, just relieves that bit of pressure from the start of this quarter, and it's the first one to the Lions.
I think that cuteness might have gone out a little bit, Andrew, this quarter, so they've got Sam Martin's message.
Yeah, this quarter's really started hotly. Plenty of pressure. The Lions withstand that pressure and get the first goal.
Yeah, the Eagles they are applying plenty of pressure to the Lions, but I think Lions' superior skill, I think that's...
Sean Foley taps it down to Matt Hamlin, streaming through the centre there. There's the Lions push forward, looking for Jack McKegg, and he marks it on that half-forward flank. He'll go back and have a shot at goal. He's going to have to kick this from 40 out.
Good tap there from Sean Foley. Matt Hamlin talking to him all the way. Free rein out of the centre, streamed away with it. Jack McKegg made good position. Should not be a problem for Jack. Comes in on his right foot, kicking from 45 or so. High ball, carries the pack, goal umpire doesn't move. Another major Lions, southern end of the ground.
Just what the Lions needed there, 2 goals.
Not sure how the Eagles are going to score, Andrew.
Yes, they're working hard around the ball and at the contest, but yeah, that scoreboard pressure is not coming at all. And the Lions have got the first 2 goals, and yes, the Narendra players are probably thinking, well, what can we do?
Well, the Lions have heeded that message from Sam Martin, talking about them playing cute. Well, they didn't play cute that time. They played straight out of the centre, direct.
It's Foley up in the ruck, but it's a good block there by Poole. Kicks this one in, looking for Sam Martin. The ball's punched clear there, gathered by Ben Walsh. Good shepherd there by Martin. Gathered by Jack Sussay, on to Martin. Back to Tom Anderson. He can kick this one, looking for Jake Sullivan. He's got the drop here, almost takes the mark. He's wrapped up in the tackle. And the umpire called for a ball up.
Narendra need to set themselves now, man on man.
Poole taps this down to Tommy Anderson. He has a kick around the corner, but it's out on the full.
He's run out of real estate, didn't have a lot of option there. So we'll see the kick in will be affected there in front of the centre gate. Those people, good people there from Wagga.
As Kurt Dunn dodges around, his opponent kicks us high. In front is Absalom, takes the mark. In front of Seb Hamlin. He plays on quickly, looking to go into the centre of the ground, but it's all Jack Powell. Takes the mark. Goes over the top, finds Jake Taylor. Narendra getting numbers back in defence there. Can kick this long, and he finds Tom Sussay in a good strong lead. He'll go back and have a shot at goal.
We're in one of those situations where, Andrew, where you sometimes think when the scores are like this that one side has lesser amount of players on the field, but the Lions are just doing it through running. Discipline, running, making position, skills. We watched Tom Sussay, right foot, offline, left, one behind, across the face. The Lions 11-9-75, 10 minutes gone, 9 minutes gone, third term.
Dunn brings us in to Odgers, regathers the handball, back to Odgers. The Eagles trying to run it out of the fence to Rioli, back to Dunn. We're at the half-back flank, comes wide to Veering, hand passes inside, finds Jaden Carroll, back to Odgers. Good chain of hands here by the Eagles, on to Absalom, gathered by Edward. Dunn, hand passes over his head. Narendra continue to push this one forward, gathered by Veering, kicks a grubbing kick looking for Jaden Carroll. He tries to gather this in, swings it on his left, front position is Quilter, spoiled by Sean Foley, on to Josh Walsh. He's wrapped up in a tackle, and the umpire's going to say, give it to me, no prior. Narendra will be happy with that movement down the wing here.
Good to see Sean Walsh stepping up, Andrew, with his brothers away today. Of course, Dan didn't play against Coolman, but Sean doing a pretty good job in the ruck.
As the Lions try to clear this one out of defence there, as Ablam's wrapped up by Powell, and the umpire will call for a ball up. Poole retains front position, taps this down to Anderson though, gathered by Powell, gets one over the top to Quinn, onto a running Matt Hamlin, chips one over the top. He's got Jake Taylor in the centre of the ground. He plays on quickly. Chip this one looking for Jake Sullivan, but Spills three from Sid White, regathered by Sullivan. Hand passes inside to Matt Hamlin. He tries to duck under one and he's caught high by Kurt Dunn. Narendra players saying he ducked. He's got the free kick. He'll go back and have a shot straight in front, 30 metres out.
Bowls might have to go in the ruck.
Matt Hamlin sprays it out to the right this time as he recovers from that high tackle.
Lions missed the last two shots on goal. Kick two for the quarter so far.
Wait the ball coming down there. We've got the good sponsors there, the bowling club. Got the new bowling green up at the sports club now. Probably not so much. Oh, they still play all the winter, which is good.
Rioli to bring this in. He goes for the barrel. Gets onto a big barrel. It's going to land in the centre square. Poole drops the mark, gathered by Quilter. On to Rose. Kicks this forward on his left, but there's Josh Walsh and Martin there. Sam Martin smothers this one. Races for the ball. Chips this one looking for Sean Foley. It's enough back. The ball spilt three. Gathered by Renee. Come back wide to Olgers. Here on the wing for the Narendra. Chance for the Eagles to get a goal. He chips this one up looking for Smith. He can't take the mark. Sean Foley gathers it in. Goes wide to Tom Anderson. He can switch it out to the scoreboard side. He's got Jake Taylor over the back all on his own. He continues to run on looking for Sid White. Good mark in front of Patterson. At centre half forward. He can go back and send this in long. He's got Tom Susso in the lead, but it's cut off by Poole. At centre half back there for the Eagles.
Jake Taylor doing everything in his capacity to hold his spot inside. Andrew, he's in the play.
As Poole miskicks and it goes wide and it's out over the boundary line.
So
it'll be a throw in.
Throw in out there in front of the Glenheath border Leicester stud. Out there at Mangain. One of the principals, Wes Kember, he was part of that second grade premiership in '84 as a ruckman.
Ball's thrown in. Seb Hamlin taps this one down into the path of his cousin Matt. Hand pass out the back to Jarvis Pritchard. Back to Matt Hamlin. Swings around on his left. Long hand pass to Seb Hamlin. He can send this one up into the square. A left foot shot. Goal over the back is Powell. Almost takes a mark in front of Patterson. Rioli gathers. Sprints out of defence. Takes two bounces. Tries to come back inside. Three bounces, but the umpires deemed he's just ran too far. Very exciting. Coming out of defence as the Lions take possession and the umpire's going to call it back.
So he's going to have to come back behind the mark. So, yeah, it's exciting to see a player run like that, Andrew, but you do have to bounce the ball occasionally.
So Conley comes inside to Nate Hamlin, quickly on to Tom Quinn. He sends this one high, sitting under it. Oh, and it's gone over the back and through for a behind.
That's Keggy, you,
Tommy Sass and who else?
So Kurt Dunn looks to bring this back in for Narendra. Goes to chip short, but it's cut off by, intercepted by Tom Susso, and he takes a one-handed mark. He'll go back and have a shot on goal.
Well, that's bad blue there from the Eagles. Tom Sasse well in range, so he'll, with accuracy, he'll make the Eagles pay for that one. Really a mortal sin in football to turn it over inside your 50 when you're kicking it out. Anyway, it happens. We're right behind Tom Sasse. Multiple goal kicker last week at Hopper Ground. It's coming back, I think. Goal, Tom Sasse.
Lions third for the quarter.
Lions 12-11, 83, surging towards that ton. Eagles 5 behinds. 15 minutes gone. Just don't know what will be going through Mark Carroll's mind. Andrew, probably some of his most skillful players are probably in the back line. I guess he's got to leave them there, but because they're just not getting it in their 50.
Yeah, he seems to have a good even spread of his better players. Renee sitting up forward. He just looks, a couple of players look to be carrying a couple of injuries there at the moment. He's moved the magnets around. He's moved a few different positions, but hasn't been able to get that goal as they get this one out of the centre. A front position to Josh Walsh there, gathered by Renee. Onto veering, kicks this one high. Sitting under it is a big pack there, and it's punched over the sideline by Jack Sussay.
We'll have a throw in out there in front of the sports club. Another sponsors of the Lions. They'll meet up there after the game and talk about some of those old premierships, and they'll play better than they did on the day, I'm sure.
Sean Foley taps this down into the path of Naranda there, gets a hand pass out the back to Quilter, gets another way to Rose. Naranda going the wrong way from goals as Sam Hamlin's wrapped up in a tackle. The umpire, so give it here, I'll ball it up on that centre half back position. Sean Foley taps that out of the ruck to Matt Hamlin, gets one over the top to Jake Taylor, kicks this one in long and low looking for Jack Powell, but it beats him over the sidelines. And it'll be a throw in that far forward pocket.
So we've got a throw in out there in front of the Prices Furniture Delivery and the Red Star Insurance Brokers. So if you need furniture or insurance, they're the go-to.
Poole with front position here, but Seb Hamlin taps this over the back, gathered by Poole into the path of Jack McKeggie, tries to pick this up and he's wrapped up in a tackle by Gritter. And umpire call for a ball up. Poole front position, taps this down into the path of Naranda there. Seb Hamlin regathers and tackles the Naranda opponent there, and the umpire calls for a ball up.
A lot of pressure around the ball, nowhere fast.
Poole taps it down into the path of Butterfield, tries to burst through, punch clear by Patterson. Gathered by Naranda there, kicks this one away. Tom Quinn races for the ball there, pressure from Quilter. He can't pick it up. Goes wide, finds Dale Quilter. Comes inside to Alex Carroll, can go over the top to Renee. Can send this into the forward line long and low and finds his Naranda teammate. He's 50 metres from goal, quickly hand passes back to Renee. Can have a running shot at goal there. Under this is Ben Walsh, almost takes a mark. Jack Sussay comes in to help, tries to clear this one and gathered by Renee on that 50 metre line. He's going to have to kick this one 50 metres. Looks to come inside. He's got Jaden Carroll. Bit better position, but still 50 metres out from goal.
Prior play there, the Eagles were denied by the 200 gamer, the boy from Pomandi, Ben Walsh.
Chips one short, chips this up, looking for James Smith. He takes a good running mark in front of Jack Sussay, and he'll go back and have a shot. He's about 35 metres out and a 45-degree angle.
Well, this is their best chance, Andrew, for a major, even though we're 18 minutes down in the third quarter. 18 minutes gone. We want to see the Eagles a major. Give them a bit of a psychological lift. Comes in on right foot. No, it won't.
Almost marked there by Naranda, but they've crumb well and it's touched.
Touched, he's saying.
They're denied a goal. So it's a behind.
They'll have to fight like hell to keep it in the 50 and try another major. Get a major before three-quarter time.
Sam Martin brings this one in, kicks this one high, looking for Ben Walsh on the wing there, takes a good mark, kicks it over the top to Matt Hamlin. He can run on here, kicks it long, low, looking for Seb Hamlin. It's gone over his head. It's going to remain in that pocket, gathered by Tom Sussay. Chips one short, looking for Jack McKeag, can't find him. The ball's on the ground there, cleared by Kurt Dunn. He can't pick it up. Gathered by Bloomfield there, throws one back to Alex Carroll, swings on his left there, and it's a good running mark there by Tom Quinn to cut that off. He can come inside to Shannon Butterfield, can go over the top. He's got Matt Hamlin on his own, 30 metres out from goal, 45-degree angle.
Well, he not only had Matt, he had options too, Andrew, because
plenty of options.
Jackson Connolly was out, unmarked out there as well, but this will be an easy shot for Matt Hamlin. He'll only have to kick from 40. Virtually dead in front. Minimal breeze. Shouldn't be a problem for Matt Hamlin. Big possession getter for the Lions every game. Goal umpire doesn't move, I reckon, from here. Major to the Lions. 13-11-89, Eagles 6 behinds. 20.5 minutes gone here at the Den. Time running out in the third quarter for the Eagles to Major. Lions etching towards that century. They've hit it a few times this year, Andrew.
Yes, they have, Guy. They certainly have, but yeah, the score probably doesn't reflect the pressure that's been applied in this game, but...
No, certainly. Eagles have committed themselves and just outgunned.
As Poole taps this down, tap on there by Butterfield to Hamlin, kicks this one forward through the arms of McKegg onto Jake Sullivan. He has a running shot around the corner. It's swinging back, but it's through from behind. Randra to bring it back in. Been a 4-goal quarter for the Lions. You'd expect with the possession they had to be further in front. Can't take anything away from the pressure Narandra's applied at times. They've just struggled when they've got it into their forward line. The Lions' defence has been too strong. The ball comes in forward to Kurt Dunn there. He takes the mark, chips it over the top to Odgers for Narandra. Chips one short, looking for Bloomfield, but it's a good spoil by Jake Fairman. It's out over the sideline. Throw in.
Still time for the Eagles. They've just got to get it down there.
Thrown in high, Poole with front position. Misses the tap, kick forward by Jack McKegg into the path of Tom Sussay. He can't gather, but Rioli's wrapped up in a tackle. And the umpire called for a ball up. Tapped down by Poole into the path of Patterson. Tries to clear this one out of the fence. Sitting under this is Quilder. Gathered by Tom Quinn. Out the back to Jack Sussay. Dodges around one. Kicks one low, looking for Sullivan, but it's cut off by Poole, the ruckman. But his kick misfired and finds Conley. Can chip one over the top into the pocket there and finds Jack McKegg. Jack McKegg will go back and have a shot. He's about 35 metres out from goal.
Again, Andrew, multiple possessions for Jack McKegg. Not surprising.
He just keeps working. Had that week off last week. Went to the warm Bali to a wedding. He's back this week.
Didn't do him any harm anyway. Long time, Andrew. I reckon that first quarter last week up at Coolum, Andrew. Long time since we've seen a side come out. The Lions were just hungry. Like sometimes you don't know what you're going to get after 2 weeks off. But the Lions were just hungry, weren't they?
Yes, 2 weeks off. You can be a bit questionable how they're going to perform. But they just came out and they silenced that Coolum crowd. They were. Yes, they had them on the back foot. The Coolum could do nothing. As the ball comes out of the centre there to Tom Anderson to Jack Sussay. Gets a hand pass away on the ground there. Olgers tries to gather it in. Kept moving forward there by Fairman. He gathers it in. Tries to hook it back around, but it's out over the boundary line. It'll be a kick to Narandra on that 50-metre line.
Just good pressure there from his Eagles opponent. Couldn't stop him getting the ball, but he pressured the kick.
Comes inside, the ball's on the ground there, followed up by Narandra there. Kicks it forward, gathered by Jack Sussay. Kicks this low, but straight into the path of Odgers there. Kick long down the line, Poole's under this one, but he throws his game main opponent out of the way, but the umpire said that's all right, so Poole kicks this one high, sitting under this. Sam Martin and Ben Walsh.
Well, the clock's beating Narandra to get a major in this term, so it's up to the last term for them to buy a major. They won't have time, and they can't play. They won't be able to play well enough against this Lions outfit to add any respectability, but just a couple of majors. Mark Carroll, would love to see him get on the board with a couple of majors. I'm sure they can take something away from this game, but as Andrew keeps saying, the Eagles are putting in, trying hard. It's just a superior Lions outfit at the moment that they're up against. Everything going right for the Lions. So commentators, camera operators and technicians, take a break. We'll bring you the last quarter here from the den.
Amazing service and carefully sourced homewares and furniture. Fisher and Farmer.
Coolaman Butchery, a great place to meet up. Yummy yum yum.
Ganmain News Agency, open 7 days. Lotto newspapers, the list keeps going. Need some residential or commercial renovations and roofing? Call Matt at RJS Construction.
Ball thrown up there and it's tapped down. Comes out the back to Jaden Carroll there as conditions are getting very dark here at the Ganmain Sports Ground. Ball goes forward there, leaping high is James Smith, but he's wrapped up in a tackle there by Sam Martin. Just a few scores around the grounds. At half-time, it was Gully 20-odd points in front of Mangaplar after a strong first quarter and an even second quarter. Turvey Park sitting in front of Coolaman at the moment at half-time, and the remaining game, was between Griffith and Leeton, and Griffith hold the advantage there at half-time in that one. Ball's thrown up there, Sean Foley in front position, taps this down, gathered by Poole. He's been serviceable for the Eagles today. Kick forward by Rose, gathered by Powell. Running out of fence there is Nate Hamlin, keeps this one low. Erase the ball there by Jake Taylor. He overruns it, gathered by Jarvis Pritchard. He's met a strong tackle there by Patterson, and it's marked by Jake Sullivan there.
I don't like the way young Pritchard's holding his shoulder, Andrew.
Yeah, he's got a tap on the shoulder there. He's just met heavily there by Patterson as players remonstrate down in defence there. There's a bit of a Barney going on here at the moment as Jake Sullivan's got possession of the ball here.
I don't know whether I imagine it or not, and hopefully not, but I thought I heard a click, which can be a collarbone.
Yeah, well,
I hope I'm wrong.
The medical staff will have a look at that as Sullivan tips this one wide to Jake Sasa. He's going to go back and have a shot on goal as the players break up from that melee.
Wasn't really malicious, just a clash.
Well, we've got the vision here. It'll be scrutinised later on as Jack Sasse comes in to have this shot at goal. Kicks on its way. It's into the pocket there and it's out over the top into the behinds there. First score of the last quarter. Kurt Dunn brings this in, finds Olds in that pocket. Kick short, but it's cut off there by Tom Anderson. Skill error there from young Olgers, and he'll go back and have a shot on goal 30 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
Well, time's ticking away for the Eagles to major for the game, so we just have to wait and see.
Kicks on its way. It's kicked high. Goal umpire hasn't moved. It's the first goal of the last quarter to the Lions. Tom Anderson.
Andrew, you mentioned here it's getting dark. You might tell that story that Lenny Brewer was talking about when the train broke down. They had played the game very late.
Yeah, it was a 48 grand final, and it was the Lions playing Coolaman.
Would have been the Maroons, would it? Yeah.
Oh, the Maroons, sorry. Yeah, back in those days. And the train broke down at Mara. The game must have been held at Junee. Junee was in the competition back then. And the game was held up till 6 of the Ganmain players arrived after the train had broken down at Mara. And the game started at 4 o'clock and finished in the dark. So sort of heading that way today. As the Lions clear this out of the centre through Matt Hamlin. He kicks this into the pocket there, gathered by Tom Sasse. He's wrapped up in a tackle, gets his hand pass away there to Sid White. He's slung in a tackle there, and coming through is Patterson for Narandra, and the ball's over the sideline. It'll be a throw-in.
So we'll be throwing out there. We've got the Nutrien guys and also Tasco, the fuel distributors there from Wagga. As you've gathered, Andrew and I love to cling on to a story or two and convey them. We try to keep it a little bit interesting because the game's not very interesting here. The Lions, it'll be a thumping win.
Ball thrown in there. Sean Foley grabs that out of the ruck. Back to Matt Hamlin. Regathers out the back to Jake Sullivan. He kicks it to the scoreboard side there, looking for Tom Sussay. Tapped there forward by Powell, and free kick to Naranda there. Didn't have possession. They play on quickly here through Carroll out to his brother Alex Carroll on that far side. Goes short, but cut off there by Sam Martin. Regathers back to Tom Quinn. Lions look to set up here. They come to the centre of the ground there. Matt Hamlin takes it casually there. He's spoiled, and it's a wrapped up tackle there to Nate Hamlin, and the umpire will ball it up. Sean Foley in front position. Poole bundles him out of the way. Back to Renee. Goes forward there looking for Quilter. Little shove there. The ball's over the back. He tries to pick this up, but it's over the sideline for a throw in.
Talked about that second grade 84 premiership coach. Well, the coach that year was Wayne Norton, and Andrew, I checked up today. I didn't know whether this was folklore, but Wayne Norton quite liked to, at half time or three-quarter time, he quite liked to have a tipple of port on a cold day, and they said, yep, the players said that's right. So Wayne Norton's no longer with us, but I don't know whether in modern times you'll see that.
As Poole takes this out of the ruck, and it's gathered by Butterfield there to Powell. It dodges around one. He's caught in a tackle there, and the umpire has deemed that he was caught, and so he'll have a shot there, Renee. He's about 45 metres out from goal.
Lions remonstrating with the umpire, but he won't change his mind. So this is one of those last few chances. Time slipping away for the Eagles to buy a major. It's a left foot kick as we wait for it. High left foot kick.
It's looking good. It's a behind.
We just can't ride it home, Andrew.
Sam Martin brings it in quickly, finds Nate Hamlin. Across half back, he chups looking for Matt Hamlin. Under pressure there by the Eagles, gathered by Bloomfield. Dodges around, out the back, and then runs forward. Got Rioli under this one, and he marks.
Another chance for the Eagles. 6.5 minutes gone.
And he'll go back and have a shot.
Nope. They'll get round him if he pings it, Andrew. Comes in on the left. Goal umpire moves across.
Hits the post. It hit the post.
They need to regather and go again.
Sam Martin brings it in quickly to Ben Walsh. On to Jack Sussay. Goes wide, looking for Jake Sullivan. He marks in front of his opponent on that far wing. Plays on quickly. Kicks this long. He's got Jack McKegg searching back towards goal, but the bouncer eludes him. Gathered by Spur for Narendra. Makes no attempt to get rid of it, but the umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up.
Very gloomy here at the Den.
Poole and White in the ruck. Poole taps that down to Patterson. He gets his kick away. Under this is Martin and Veering through their hands. Gathered by Josh Walsh. Sitting under this is Jack Sussay as Renee tries to regather his feet and break the tackle, and the umpire call for a ball up. Ball's thrown up, charging through his Poole. Into the hands of the Lions there as Matt Hamlin clears this one wide, finds Jake Taylor, but his kick has gone off the side of his boot and it's out over the sidelines, out on the full. Narendra to bring this back in.
See if they can set something up out of this, but they're just well held by the Lions. Manned up everywhere the Lions are.
Ball comes in, but it's cut off by Sullivan there. He plays on quickly, sends this in long, looking for Seb Hamlin. He sits under this one. Ball's on the ground there, gathered by Narendra. Wrapped up in a tackle there. And the umpire called for a ball up.
Lions 15-13, 103. Eagles 8 behinds. 9 minutes gone, last term.
Sid White taps this one forward for the Lions, but it's all Narendra there. The awkward bounce into the path for Butterfield. Hand passes back inside to Jack McKead. He can't gather. Gathered by Powell. Swings around on his left. Sitting under this is Seb Hamlin. Uses his body but goes through his hands. Regathers. Tries to kick it over his head. And it's through from behind. Narendra through Dunn to bring this back in. Kurt Dunn goes up the centre of the ground, but it's long and low. Under this is Matt Hamlin. He sends this back in wide. He's got Tom Sussay all on his own. Good vision, and he'll go back and have a shot at goal.
Not sure who Narendra. Not sure who he's aiming at there, Andrew. He must have heard the player, but Matt Hamlin read it better. Delivered across to Tom Sussay. You know, a deliberate shot from the far side of the ground. Round about 45 degrees. He'll kick from 40.
Going to land in the pocket there. Gathered off the back of the pack by Jack Powell. Oh, he's tackled high and the umpire's called over the shoulder. He'll go back and have a shot from the pocket. I imagine he'll try and snap this one around.
Yeah, no doubt about that free kick. We could see that. He wasn't even going down to evade the tackle. Yeah, he's shaped up to be around that corner one, Andrew.
Sends it on its way. It's going to go straight over the goal umpire's head. Powell's third, I'd say, Guy.
Yeah,
Jack Powell, he's had a good day.
Yeah, he had a great start and he's been in the game all day. Lions 16-14, 110, Eagles 8 behind is all, with 11 minutes gone now.
It'll be very handy when these new light towers go in, Guy. Work has started there. Jason Lindsell's laid some of the cable already.
Yeah, they've been very busy all the week here, the tradies. Yeah, Baz is saying it's testing his skills to the darkness here.
Back to the centre of the ground. Sean Foley in the ruck. Tapped forward by Narendra. Sitting under this is Jack Sussay. He can't take the ball as Absalom comes through. He's wrapped up in a tackle by Fairman and Nate, the two younger Lions players.
We're a week past the shortest day, but it doesn't make much difference in a week.
Foley in the ruck again. Taps it down to Matt Hamlin. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Umpire doomed it to be a sling. So he takes the free kick, goes wide, looking for his cousin Nate. And he takes the mark on the far side. Chips one over the top. Marked by Jake Taylor on that wing in front of the scoreboard. Lions come back inside, find Matt Hamlin. He chips short, looking for Sid White. It goes over his head. Gathered by Dunn there for Narendra. Back to Narendra, finds Jaden Carroll. He can go wide to Odgers. Hand passes over the top to Quilter, back to Odgers. Keepers off here by Narendra, back to Quilter. On to Pearson, back to Odgers. Narendra trying to keep it control. They've lost it now. Gathered by the Lions there. Jake Sullivan, I think it is. It's getting very dark. He kicks that forward, but marked by Narendra. They come back to the centre of the ground there. Gathered by Ben Walsh. Back to Jack McKeag. Forward move there by Matt Hamlin. Gathered by Patterson. Chance here for Narendra to run this down the wing from Renee to Bloomfield. Good chase there by Sullivan. Good pressure turnover. Cut off by Tom Quinn. He can come wide here to Jack Powell. Tries to watch that player coming off the bench there in Quilter, gathered by Sullivan. Hair passes one inside to Jake Fairman. He can kick this one long to that far pocket. Sitting under it is Jake Taylor, and he can go back and have a shot. I think he's lined up for his fifth, Guy, is it?
Got to be, yep. He started early and he's going to finish late. Been in it most of the day, really.
He's had a good game, young Jake.
No, he'd be pleased with his return to the seniors. Kick from 45. Waivers, I think. Waivers to the right.
Yeah, out from behind. 13-minute mark of this last quarter.
Andrew, you're talking about Jason Lindell and the electrician boys. We've got so many tradies in the club, it's great to see.
As Dunn goes to bring this in, but the Lions turn it over through Powell and sends it back to Hamlin. He has a shot at goal, but he's missed.
No, we're peppering the behinds at the northern end.
He tried to find Tom Susse in the square there, but the kick just eluded him and went through for a behind.
Another good sponsor down there on the vision there is Bance and Sons. Another lot of funeral directors there at Wagga. The Bances, of course, big supporters of Wagga Tigers. They'll be here next Sunday.
As Dunn kicks this one high, brings it in. Numbers for the Naranda there, but gathered off the back of the pack by Sullivan into Fairman. Chips this one short. Almost finds Tom Anderson. He spills the mark. Gathered by Jake Taylor. He can run and sends this high, but pressure from Rose there as he kicks it. And the umpire will out on the full.
Out on the full, so will be kicked in front of the Grain Corp. Got those sites at Coolaman, Grong, around this area.
Dunn comes across goal and finds Rose. Goes to bring this out. It's over the head of Quilter there. Gathered by Sullivan, picked up by Sean Foley. Gathered by Sullivan, hand passes over to Fairman. He can have a running shot at goal. It's going high. Sitting under is Tom Susse, but it's out of bounds in that far pocket. Lions just can't find a target close to goal. Been forced to bomb it in on the last two occasions, and Narendra's been able to spoil it over the sideline, so it's another throw in. Ben Walsh has moved forward, possibly trying to get that goal in his 200th. It just comes around the corner there by Seb Hamlin, spoiled by Kurt Dunn there. Clearance here by Narendra. Comes wide and finds Veering, a diving mark in front of the Narendra box.
Lions possibly missing that marking power of Dan Foley when he rests in the forward line, Andrew.
Yes, missing him certainly, but he won't be far away as the ball goes through hands there. Gathered by Tom Quinn, gets a hand pass to Jack Susse. Picked up by Alex Carroll to Renee, on to Jaden Carroll, but the umpire deemed to caught him high. Gets one out the back to Rose. Narendra looking to move this quickly. Coming out of fence is James Smith, but the kick's missed the target. Race for the ball there. Tries to get gather there in front of Ben Walsh. Ben Walsh gains front position. He's tackled. Gets the ball tapped out. Gathered by Odgers there. Pressure from the Lions. Gathered by Narendra. Back to Rose. Looks to come inside. Finds Alex Carroll at centre half forward. Gets a hand pass wide to Spur. Long and low looking for Renee. Good spoil by Nate Hamlin. Tries to keep in front of him. Quilter's gathered the ball. Renee gets a hand pass back to Spur. He looks to chip one looking for Rowley. Cut off by Seb Hamlin. He can clear for the Lions here. Kicks out, but it's 1-on-2 here. Jack McKeag tries to tackle Carroll for Narendra. Dunn chips this one up looking for Renee, but he's spoiled there over the shoulder by Seb Hamlin.
Got to be near the last throw of the dice for the Eagles, Andrew.
He's got Rioli short in the pocket.
He's outside the 50, but he
goes short, finds Quilter.
Yeah, he gives it off successfully. Good little chip, good lead, good chip. The Eagles are leaving it late, and he's going to have to unload from just inside the 50 perhaps. So we'll see how good this is. He's right below us here in front of the commentary position. So he's going to shot on goal, southern end of the ground, Waterview Street end.
Have a look at it.
Got Poole up in the square as he comes in for this kick. He's going to have to kick from 50. Quilter sends this on its way. It's a floating one up into the goal square. Players leap high there. Gathered by Jack Susse. Hand passes out the back to Seb Hamlin, on to Matt Hamlin. Chips one short. And Lions clear the 50. Jackson Connolly's got it on that far side. Chips over the top. Finds Matt Hamlin. He's run and linked up all day. Comes inside. Finds Jack Power across half back there for the Lions. Finds Jack Susse across centre half back there. He's got Josh Walsh wide here. Comes inside to Tom Quinn. Goes forward and finds Matt Hamlin. Kick it on to Jackson Connolly. The Lions pushing this one forward. A good strong lead for Ben Walsh. He takes the mark at centre half forward. He's 50 metres out. Can he get a goal in his 200th game?
Long kicks and plenty of them. His grandfather said, Andrew, this will bring the family and the Lions supporters to their feet if Ben Walsh can pull this off in his 200th game. You call it, Andrew.
Kick's on its way. It's going to go long to the goal square, but it's marked by Narendra right on the line.
Ben wouldn't be overly happy how he struck it, but he might, this time, he might get it again.
This ball's kicked high. Sitting under this is Sean Foley. Gathered by Tom Quinn. On to Jack Powell. He's marked it 35 metres out.
Where's Ben Walsh? Is he going to make a lead? He's not portraying one at this stage that I can see.
He's walking his way down to the square.
Jack Powell right inside his distance, that won't be a problem. As we're right behind him, comes in right foot, deviates a little bit off the run. Goal umpire.
Looks pretty good.
Yes, it's good.
That's Jack Powell's fourth for the game. He's been very good today against his old club.
So the Lions will reset, see if they can grab it out of the centre and move it down there for Ben Walsh in that 200th.
He's moved up to full forward.
Well, that's his best position. That's his best hope for. Got those little pine goalposts in front of the farmhouse out there in Permandy Road, Andrew.
Yes, on that Permandy bus run. Back to the centre of the ground. Foley and Narendra in the ruck. Punch forward by Narendra. Into the arms of Rose. Goes to chip this one over the shot, looking for Veering. He can't gather it in. Cut off by Sam Martin there. Breaks one tackle. Hand pass over the top to Sullivan. Finds Hamlin on the wing there. Chips it forward, looking for Sid White. He's got Tom Anderson on his own in the pocket. Half forward flank.
Where's Ben Walsh?
He's got Tom Sasse on a strong lead. And he'll go back and have a shot.
Another good game from Tom Sasse. He's not far in from the boundary, so it's into a little bit of a head breeze. Deliberately over the ball, good style of drop punt kick. Again, just fades away to the right.
To behind.
Lions 17, 119. Eagles 8 behinds. 22 minutes gone.
Rose to bring this back in from Narendra. He looks to go up the centre of the ground. Kicks this high. Looking for Poole. Leaps high. Regathered off the pack by Jack McKegg as Matt Hamlin sends this high. Looking for Tom Sasse again and finds him on a well-judged lead.
So Tom Sasse has another opportunity to redeem himself. The 22 gone, won't be a long quarter, probably, although there's been a few kick-ins, I guess. Kick from round 35. He does that familiar lining up, brings the ball up in front of his eyes. Good run up, good style of drop punt is Tom Sasse. Kicks through the ball. No, he sprayed to the left. No, we've got a mark.
Jack Powell's marked
Jack
the
Powell's.
ball. In that pocket.
I was hoping it was the 17, but number 17, it's not. It's number 7, Jack Powell. He's had a great day against his old club, Andrew.
Yes, he lined up for number 5. Kick around the corner.
It's home. Lions 18, 17, 125. Eagles 8 behinds. 8 points. 23 minutes gone now. And no brighter, I might add, Baz. Is that right? Baz is shaking his head. He said, pull it, blow the siren. Can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear, Baz, but you're doing a pretty good job. He's still pretty happy about those meat trays he brought home the other night.
Good positioning. That's where a ringman stands, Keggy.
Back to the centre of the ground. Foley and Naranda in the ruck. Gathered by Naranda there. Tries to get a hand pass away. And it's held up there. The umpire picked up by Jack McKegg. Actually, play on, says the umpire. Matt Hamlin comes out of the centre there. Kicks wide, looking for Butterfield. He smothers that ball. Sitting under this one. Oh! And the umpire's paid the mark. The umpire's paid the mark right on the siren.
Well, the umpire's read the script, but I'm pretty sure.
Just three-quarter time, Griffith 101, Leeton, Witten 26. Three-quarter time, Turvey Park 66, Coolman 65, and three-quarter time between Mango and Gully, it's Gully 98, Mango 41. But they'll carry this lad off, Ben Walsh, in his 200th game. Fitting finish.
We'll wind up here from the den as the Lions come off, and Ben Walsh will lead them off. He's a bit big. I don't know whether they'll shoulder ride him, Andrew, will it? Yeah,
I think Jack McKegg's going to have a crack at it. He's indicating he's going to go low.
He'll need a bit of help. He's no slouch as Ben Walsh.
As his young Quinn comes out. Oh, that's Jack's daughter, sorry.
They're gathering for a bit of a, they're going to give a bit of a send-off here for Ben Walsh. Why wouldn't they? Champion of the club. The fitting end. Fitting finish to a game, his 200th game. Kick after the siren. Mark was before the siren, the kick was after. No pressure from the scoreboard, but Ben Walsh delivered a goal. So next week, Andrew, the Lions here at home on Sunday against the Tigers.
Yeah, same day football, juniors and seniors, so a big day of football.
So back into that big crowd situation probably. Where have we got Tigers on the ladder? I haven't refreshed this week, so...
I think they're sitting second last, I think, in 8th position.
Right, well, they'll still bring pressure out here to the home of the Lions. They always do. The Lions will benefit from an 8-day break, if that means anything, for any niggling injuries. And hopefully Jarvis Pritchett, hopefully I'm wrong there, and there's just a heavy clash and no sustained long-term injury. So anything more to report, Andrew?
No, I think that wraps it up, Guy, and a great day, and we'll all venture up to the club to hear some more stories and reminisce about the past and the future going forward.
Yeah, well, you no doubt you'll have a meet up with some of your guys from that 84 Premiership side. No doubt you'll play better tonight. And we're going to wind up here, so thanks very much from the commentators. Thanks for Baz on the camera and Tammy, technician in the back of the box. We'll see you next week.
Amazing service and carefully sourced homewares and furniture. Fisher and Farmer.
Coolman Butchery, a great place to meet up. Yummy yum yum.
For all your AG, vet chemicals, fertilizer and bulk fuel, go to Logan and Hitchens.
Ganmain and District Sports Club, a place to celebrate and much, much more.
Ganmain Bakery and the famous Ganmain pies. If you can bake it, we make it.
Great pub accommodation and icy cold beers. Ganmain Hotel for good quality pub grub.
Ganmain News Agency, open 7 days. Lotto newspapers, the list keeps going. Need some residential or commercial renovations and roofing? Call Matt at RJS Construction.